Good afternoon, class. This is Instructor Lyons, and I am talking to you guys today about the updated course information. So, of course, last week was considered week 10, and that was spring break. While you guys were on spring break, a couple of you all missed your exam 2 or possibly exam 1. And if you need to attempt to get credit for that, you need to make sure you do that extra credit that I just posted worth 75 points. If you do not have a university excuse, there is nothing that I can do to replace that score. So your best out is to do the extra credit to get yourself back up to where you need to be. For week 11, which is going to consist of March 17th through March 23rd, you need to make sure that you turn in your in-class discussion 12, your learn and reflect number 5, and then in class, this is going to start the new lectures that I'm setting up. We'll have 2 in-class lectures, which is Tuesday and Thursday, and then you'll have 2 lectures that are going to be in Canvas. For week 11, it's going to consist of choking infant and bleeding, and then also including internal bleeding and shock. And then online, we'll have breathing emergencies and choking in an adult and child. What that does is those lectures that are online are going to have activities that will position you to make sure that you do the activities. So not just that you're reading it, but you're also comprehending. So please make sure that you go through all of the slides on those, because what you're going to see is it might be 2 slides of information, and then the third slide might be an assignment of some sort. So just make sure when you do these assignments, like, again, they should be in APA format, font, size 12 font. You need to make sure that you title each assignment within that completed lecture. So if, for instance, like I said, we're going to have a lecture titled breathing emergencies, and that one, if I have any activities or assignments within that lecture, you need to make sure. So you'll probably have somewhere between 4 and 5 assignments within one lecture. And so for each assignment, I need you to list it out on that paper, and then you'll submit it. You're going to have a place to submit it within wherever the lecture is posted. So please make sure you look out for that. Week 12, we're going to go into, and then also I opened up quiz 3 and 4. It is, I believe, somewhere between 12 and 13 questions, but it's worth 20 points. It is a combination of chapter 7 and chapter 8. So you need to make sure that you read those chapters before you take the quiz. This quiz is possibly a little bit more challenging. You need to make sure that you really look into it, because this information is important. So week 12 is going to be from March 24th to March 30th. You're going to have your in-class discussion that week. Exam 3 is going to be due, and we're going to work on that. Exam 3 may be changed. I need to look at that because I want to make sure you guys are actually obtaining the information before I just throw another exam at you. I did post the extra credit. Like I said, you're going to have a learn and reflect number 6 that is due that day, or due that week. You need to make sure that the lecture topics for the in-class that week are going to be head, neck, and spine, and then chest, abdomen, and pelvis. And then online, there's going to be soft tissue injuries and musculoskeletal injuries and splinting. And those are going to be covered online. For the week of March 13th, for the 13th week of classes, which is March 31st through April 6th, you're going to see that we're going to have the in-class discussion 14, which is what I put in, of course. Learn and reflect 7 is due. Quizzes 5 and 6 are going to close, and they open the week before that. And they're going to open quiz 7 that same day that 5 and 6 closes. The lecture topics for that week in class are going to be sudden illnesses, and then heat and cold related emergencies. Then online, it's going to be sudden illnesses 1 through 4. So you need to make sure that you pay attention to these, because if you do not, some of them, you need to make sure that you complete the online lectures as well, because it's going to piece together with what we're talking about in class. So please make sure to do them. So week 14 is going to be April 7th through the 13th. Quiz 7 is going to close on April the 7th. Your lecture topics for that week are going to be water related and emergency childbirth. In class and online is going to be disaster and remote and wilderness emergency training. So week 15, which is the week before finals, is going to be April 14th through the 20th. The only thing that you all have due that week is going to be your project assignments. I have shifted those assignments to make sure that you do not have to turn them in this week, which is considered week 11, the week of March 17th through the 23rd. You do not have to turn in your project anymore until the week of April 14th through the 20th. So by the 20th, I need all project information in. So whatever we still do, which I believe is the presentation, you have until April 20th to submit it. So get to that. You do not have to rush and do it now, but please get it done. And of course, there will be no extensions on that. For the quizzes that are coming up, there will be no retaking the quizzes and reopening the quizzes. The only way that's happening is if we have a emergency or a excuse, a university excuse that requires you to be able to retake it. I'm going to post your study guide for the final on April the 7th. In class that week, we're going to have a final review, and then we possibly on that Thursday may have a party or a potluck, whatever we can figure out works for everyone. Okay, so please do not email me asking me, Miss Lyons, what did you change? Listen to the video, read the text, take the information in and use it. Okay, so if you have any questions other than what I just talked about, you can email me. You guys know my email. If not, I will see you guys on tomorrow. Class will be in session. Please bring your first aid kits as well. And if you are having excuses that you are giving me, you need to make sure that I actually get the excuse information. If not, it's null and void. Okay, thank you, and you guys have a great day.